What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Negative Degree Podcast, where negativity is reality. I'm your host. You know what? I'm not going to go by my DJ name today. This is Devontae. You're getting the actual real name from me today. Today is a very sad and somber day for me. For those of you who don't know, well, a lot of you don't know, but today is my mother's birthday. And my mom she's been gone for a while. But this day always gets to me because not only is it her birthday, I know it's stupid of me for saying on social media in front of a few people, but me and my mother's birthday are both 6 months apart. You know, my birthday is May 23rd, hers is November 23rd, so we're each other's half birthdays. So it's technically my half birthday, whatever, too. If you do that dumb shit, I thought it was cool when I was younger, when it was like, and apologies for any of the noise in the background, crazy neighbors. But today is just not that great of a day for me. I think about my mom a lot. I think about things I didn't get to say, things I didn't get to do before she passed away. And then, honestly, I think about how things were when she was around. And which leads me to this episode. A lot of people always ask me, why do I think like I do? Why I am like I am? Why I'm so negative? Everything like that. Well, today, you finally get that answer. And I'm going to break it down into a lot of pieces. Now, before I get into it, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Do what you need to do. Join the Discord. I've been really wanting people to join the Discord. Join the Frozen Wasteland. Link is in the description. Everything basically is Negative Degree Podcast or Negative Degree Pod on Instagram. There's TikTok. I haven't put shit on it. Just don't really feel like doing it. Also, sorry about waiting so long to do a damn podcast. The past couple weeks, I've been sick. Before that, I've just been busy or just have not had the drive to really do it. But now, I wanted to do this one because this one is special to me. Also, I still have a sore throat. If you can't really tell, my voice isn't 100%. But it is somewhat there. I'm going to try to talk as clearly as I can. Also, leave a comment. I got comments up. You know, I'm live streaming through Restream right now. I'm on Facebook Live and YouTube. You can send me a comment through either one, and I will read it out live on air. It won't be like last time when my internet was cutting out and stuff like that. I actually have my internet back again. I'm not on a fucking hotspot or anything like that. So leave a comment. Just leave a like. Leave anything. Before I get into how I am, I have a little side story. I don't know if you can tell what hat I'm wearing right now, but I actually wore this last night. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save the story. I'm gonna save the story for a little bit later because it'll actually dive into one of the parts of how I am. So, like any mediocre fucking therapist, we're gonna start with parents. Now, my mom and dad weren't really together for that long. They're decent parents. They were hardworking. They taught me the value of a lot of stuff. working hard, getting things done. They when I was younger, yes, I did get a lot of stuff. Yeah, I wasn't from outside eyes. I was the spoiled kid, I guess, because I got a lot of stuff, but I had to work hard for it. I had to get good grades. I had to do a lot of stuff around the house or whatever to get stuff out of it. Plus, my parents were big on like Christmas and birthdays when I was younger, where they wanted to get us stuff that we really wanted or something that we never really had. When I was probably like 9 or 10, my mom had bought me like an air hockey table, like full size like air hockey table. That's the kind of parents they were. Like they saw that I was working hard, doing what I needed to in school, and getting the good grades and shit like that, and they rewarded me with that. When I got older, it was a little bit different because I kind of stopped caring about school, wasn't really giving two shits about girls and shit like that. I kind of did, but not really, because a lot of girls didn't like me. But I was just like, I just want to get the fuck out of school. Wanted to go to college because I thought college would be way better. This is me watching a lot of stupid ass movies, which I'll get into that a little bit later too. But I look at my parents now, like especially with my mom. My mom wasn't the most loving person. And you can look at me and be like, why would you say that? She took care of you and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I get all that. Yes, my mom did take care of me. She put food on the table. She worked her ass off, blah, 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 blah. But it didn't really feel, at least for me, that it was like a lot of love. It was a lot of, here, take this. This shows that I love you, stuff like that. She never really said it out loud. My dad, he says it, and sometimes it gets to the point where he says it too much, where I don't think he actually does. And I know he does, but it's kind of I don't know. It's like the up to two sides of a coin. My mom, she was her way of showing love was giving you stuff instead of saying it out loud. My dad is saying it out loud, but not really showing it too much. So it's kind of weird. My mom used to whoop my ass a lot, which is my fault because I used to get in trouble a lot. Getting in fights, saying stupid shit in school, not doing the stuff I was supposed to be doing in school. Yeah. But I do think that they shape me in a certain way because they. So I have an older brother. I don't really talk about him because I don't give a shit about him anymore. But I have an older brother. He is 33, I believe. I want to say that's right. That's not right. I think he's 35 right now. I've not talked to this man since my mom died. Actually, I haven't talked to him or seen him since my aunt died, which I'll get into that too in a little bit. Me and him were never really that close, even though we lived in the same house. I hated him, especially when I got older and he moved out, which was the best because I had my own. Well, I always had my own room, but didn't have to see him, didn't have to share anything, nothing like that. Like I was so happy. And then when I switched schools, I had to go live with my grandma, who fucking hate it to this day. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit later too. And I had to stay across from where my brother was, and it was fucking annoying. My brother, he is gay, and that's not the reason why I hate him. I have no problem with gay people at all. Never did, never will. The reason why I hated my brother so much is because when I was in high school, he was like out partying and shit, trying to blast music and stuff while I'm sleeping. And then also him thinking that because he was older than me, he could do whatever the fuck he wanted, and I'm just like, no, nigga. Like, I'm going to bed. Shut the fuck up. Me and him used to get into it all the time. But so I feel like a part of the way I am is because of how I grew up. My parents kind of raised me not to really be social. And then my mom didn't really let me have friends over, didn't really let me go outside. And mind you, I'm from the south side of Chicago. I'm from Dalton, Illinois. It was a it was a suburb, yes. It was a black suburb somewhat, and then shit got fucked up later on because they tore up the projects because they were trying to have the Olympics in Chicago. Bad fucking idea. Like, let Brazil tell you that shit is a bad idea. But I never really got to be really social with a lot of people. Never got to go to birthday parties unless it was like family shit, which family shit is whatever. But I used to get invited to like people I went to school with. Like, they invite me to their birthday parties. I'd go home and tell my mom. She was like, "You ain't going." When I was getting older and starting to like girls more and wanted to go out on dates, my mom was like, "You're not going." Or she would do the thing where she'd tear me down, where she'd be like, "The girl don't want you, you're fat, you're ugly, you're this and that, and blah, blah, blah. She don't want you." Just basically ruining my fucking self-esteem. And it's kind of, and I still keep that with me because my mom legit would say that from when I was probably around like 10 to basically when I got out of high school. She would say that shit a lot. The only time I think I've ever seen her like wanted me to go after someone was actually one of her nurses. When I was, so backtracking on that a little bit, my mom had to get a lung transplant, which I ended up doing two. And I was 19 at the time when she actually got it. But when she was, before she got the lung transplant, she was on oxygen tanks and this, that, blah, blah, blah. I was 18. Well, 17 turning 18 when all this happened. And I was responsible for a lot of stuff at a young age. I was basically taking care of my mom at the age of like 17 with other grown people in the house. You know, I had my brother, I had my grandma, and I had my stepdad. Stepdad, I don't talk about anymore because he's a piece of shit who needs to fucking die. But I was the youngest one in the house, making sure she was taken care of, needed things that she needed, making sure that her actual oxygen machine that was, used primarily in the house, that it had enough water in the cup, that whenever the power went out, I had to restart it. When you have a dumbass brother who is literally laying on the couch and like about 10 feet away from it, and the power goes out and it's just beeping, and you're the one who hears it, runs down the stairs to click it back on, because if you didn't, your mom would have died. That is shit you shouldn't have to go through around that age. Having to see your mom fucking basically almost about to kill herself from choking on her own spit because there was no nurses around, something you're not supposed to see at the age of 17, 18, or 19. But I did what I had to do because, one, I was already out of school. Came back from college because got kicked out. Story for another day. Another day, excuse me. Basically didn't have a job. Had no job. Had a car, but it was still stuck in the backyard because it was my graduation present, and didn't have a job. So what I would do is basically it was like school from Monday to like Friday, maybe even Saturday sometimes. I would legit just stay in the hospital with my mom, make sure she was okay. We'd watch movies, make sure she ate, make sure whatever she needed, she was fine. Which most of the time she had to be in bed, like she couldn't really go out. It was certain times where they try to get her to walk, and they try to do it after her breathing treatments. And with the breathing treatments, she'd get tired, want to fall asleep. It would piss me off because it was like like happy Hitlers were like, "Come on, let's go. We need you off the bed." I'm just like, stop the shit. It was rough seeing her the way it was, and then speaking of well, going back to my dad, and it kind of ties into my mom's birthday too. Last year, I almost thought I was going to lose my dad. I call him and no response. Keep calling him, call him. I finally get an answer, and he doesn't sound the same. He is like raspier, like he's out of breath. He tells me he's at a hospital. He said he like collapsed. And so I called the hospital. My dad lives out in Kansas City. And I called the hospital and they're like, oh, he has COVID and then he has pneumonia and he's having a hard time like catching his breath, because my dad only has one lung. He found out that he had cancer, ended up having to take, not his lung, his kidney, sorry. He only has one kidney. He ended up taking one of his kidneys because they found cancer in one of them, which I didn't know about. So, but my dad, he's just like, it's an amazing thing what your parents will fucking do, just to try to make you feel like they're okay. My dad was like on the phone with me, like out of breath, shit like that, being like, "Oh, I need you to bring me this and do that, blah blah blah." I'm just like, I can't, like, Dad, I can't even fucking come see you. Like, I can't come see you. I can't bring you anything. He's talking about don't go in and get groceries and stuff. I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? Now he did come out of it. He's better, which I'm glad. But just in that moment, I was like, I'm about to lose my dad on my mom's birthday. I legit, I'm laying in bed like crying because I'm just like, I don't need this today. Like, I don't need this. It feels like this day is like damn near cursed. But like I said, part of it is my parents. Now, another part of it is how I grew up. Now, now this is what I'm going to get into the story of this hat. Now, last night I wore this hat while I was DJing last night, and probably around like 11:30. So I forgot what time it was, but this guy comes up to me and he was like, "Hey, what's your hat?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Hey, look." He was like, "Look down." So, go down. He was like, "What's Thrasher?" I'm like, "It's a skate brand." And he was like, "Look down again." He was like, "All right." And as y'all can see, is fucking pentagram on the hat. It's a pentagram with the wheels on it. Now, I want to say this how I grew up or I was raised or whatever. Which I can't say how I was raised because that's whatever. How I grew up. I am not the stereotypical black guy, which I had to tell this guy yesterday because he wanted some song and I said I had to see if I had it. And he looked at me like, come on, I know you got it. I'm like, out of all the people, I know you got it. And I had to tell him, I'm like, hey, look, just because I'm black don't mean I listen to the same shit. And that is what I'm going to get into how I grew up. Now, did I grow up with rap? Yes. I'm born in 94. I grew up, listening to rap. But then I also grew up listening to rock. Part of my dad. Me and my dad, we he got me into rock music from Steely Dan all the way to fucking Metallica and everything else. It's stuff based I still listen to today. I'm a big fan of rock music. I am into Metallica, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Green Day, Linkin Park, um, Slayer, bunch of different things. So many different fucking groups. And growing up, that shit was not cool, especially where I was from. Shit like listening to rock music, you might as well be listening to fucking country. Like I would come into school and people were like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" I'm just like, "Oh, I'm listening to blah blah blah." I was like, "Oh, that's that white people shit." I was like, "What?" And I was like I said, still listen to rap music, but it was obscure shit. Like I would still listen to like the mainstream stuff back then. It's not like now where I try to avoid a lot of the mainstream music because it fucking sucks now. But back then, yeah, I would listen to Big Thomas, Lil Wayne, and all that shit. Like all the good shit from back then. Even like the older stuff, I was into NWA and Public Enemy and shit like that. But I was also into stuff like Pharrell and Clips and Blue Bay Fiasco, who was still one of my favorites, which nobody ever gives him fucking credit. I was always into like that different style of music where I'm in the common. I'm still well. I'm not in. I'm into old school Kanye because that was his best work. I was always into Kanye, like Twista a little bit. Like I always rep my Chicago people, but then I like the New York style too, which I feel like I'm more of an East Coast rapper than anything. Who is calling me? In 1 second, yo. Hello. Yeah, I will be up there probably around like 8:30 to get everything set up. Yeah, 9 o'clock. Not yet. They usually just show up. Yeah, I get you. But hey, I'm doing my podcast right now. No, you're good, dude. No, you're good, man. All right, I'll see you later, man. All right, yeah. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I had to do some business. Now, what was it? Again, was really big into different music, all the way up from like Tyler the Creator, who was still one of my top three rappers, and you really have to like somebody like Tyler back then was like Black Eminem. And I even like Eminem too, which a lot of people was like, "You like Eminem? Why you like a white rapper from?" It's like, dude, it intrigued me. But a big Tyler the Creator fan. Even back then, when this motherfucker was talking about, I'm gonna kill this bitch, fucking rape her, and throw her body in the fucking lake. I was into that shit. I was like fucking 12, 13 years old listening to this shit. And I still listen to his stuff today, and it's completely fucking different. You could give me that. You can give me what he's doing now and give it to me back then. I probably wouldn't like it as much. Maybe. Like, I didn't like Chance the Rapper when he first came out, or Amy Winehouse when she first came out. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And now I appreciate it now because I get it. It's something different. Back then, I was into like the, I guess, the the big chains, the jerseys, or like the big T-shirts, them talking about money, cars, whatever. But then I still like, having a flow and a rhythm in lyrics and stuff like that too. And I think I think most of that has gone away because when I was growing up, I was wearing like the big oversized T-shirts, like probably all the way up till I was like 22. I was wearing like 4 or 5X T-shirts that were like huge on me, and I wasn't wearing like super baggy pants. Like I wear a size 40 in pants. I probably got like a 42 or whatever, but nothing like super big. I think the only time I ever wore like really big pants. I think I had like a pair of shorts that were like a 46, and I wasn't like a size 46 at the time either. So stuff like that, it did influence me. But then later on, I kind of got out of it because the newer music, like the newer style of rap, was just garbage. Like it really was. Like you can't really understand what the fuck these motherfuckers are saying, or it is. It did kind of get to me where I was like, all right, it's only so many times I could hear, money, cars, clothes, hoes, and shit like that. And when you're younger, it's like, oh man, I want to get that, and it's blah blah blah. Then we get older, and especially with me, when it was like, I kind of saw the writing on the wall of like, I'm not gonna be the dude getting like a bunch of girls and shit like that because a lot of girls didn't fucking like me. Again, I was called ugly, fat. One like I was literally told nobody was gonna ever want to get with me. Damn near every single fucking day, and I do mean every single fucking day, not just in school, but at home too, a bunch of other shit. So get into rock music, get into like the more heavier stuff, like Lake of Fire by Nirvana, Helena by MCR, Novocaine by Green Day, bunch of different like sadder rock, but then like the punk rock shit too. Love Hurts by Incubus, shit like that. But then, like I said, the one radio station I used to listen to back home, which I wish still was around, was Q101. It was the alternative rock station, which it's not fucking alternative rock. It was just we mix everything rock and go and put it on this fucking thing. So it'd be Disturbed, going into Beck, going into the White Stripes, going into the fucking Rolling Stones, to Butthole Surfers, and a bunch of to Red Hot Chili Peppers and everything in between. It was one of the best, but then they fucking took it away. I'm just like, God. But thank goodness we had fucking iPods and MP3 players, which I had an MP3 player. And, that thank God for LimeWire and FrostWire and all that bullshit. I had all of it saved on my MP3 player or later on when I had it on my phone. But, before Spotify and shit like that, like download it on an SD card, put it on my phone, and that's what I would listen to. And it would be, it'd be the hard shit where it's just like drums and guitars, shit like that, or it'd be like the more mellower stuff where, if I had a bad day, I'd listen to "Lonely Day" by System of a Down or something like that. I used to listen to a lot of it. So music is kind of what molded me how I am because it changed my mindset. It changed me from the I'll say the ghetto style of like the looking like a fucking like walking felony to kind of educating myself a little bit, especially with like listening to different rap. I did call it like the olive rap because it's Common and Kanye and whatever. It's more lyrics than just, oh, I got this money and I got all these hoes. I'ma spend all this money and go buy me some new clothes, shit like that. Which somebody's gonna steal that and use it as a bar. Well, yeah, music is a big thing. The things I would watch on TV. Now, I watched a lot of cartoons growing up. A lot. I didn't really watch a lot of movies. I didn't watch a lot of the more popular movies like people like. I think I've still never seen Scarface to this day or Godfather, a bunch of different shit. You can legit ask me if have I seen this movie. I was like probably not. I was more like cartoons, different movies that fit me, like Power Rangers, Pokemon, Digimon, um, Astro Boy, Mega Man, which a lot of people don't know Astro Boy, which side story on that one, which I might bring over here. I actually found a fucking Astro Boy T-shirt at Burlington Co Factory the other day, and I could not have been fucking happy. I was just like, there was no way somebody made this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go get it real quick. Hold on, because it's sitting right over here. So y'all can y'all can see there. That is Astro Boy, and I love the fact it's got the Japanese kanji on it. Yeah, I know y'all saw the fucking tag and shit. Now, the thing that makes me mad, like when I saw this shirt, is fucking South Pole made it, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like out of all, like look how beautiful this fucking shirt is. Like look at it, and then the brand that I haven't worn since like probably elementary school has made this shirt. I'm so mad about it. I gotta put this over here real quick. I might wear that shirt tonight. I don't know yet. I might wear that shit because it's so fire. That shirt is so fire. And now you see, I think I was into anime before a lot of people. It's just I didn't watch the same shit a lot of people did. But anyway, I was into stuff like that. I was into the obscure stuff that, oh, some mainstream stuff, but then some obscure stuff that people either just got out of I can't say too early, but out of early, or just didn't fuck with because it was too white. Like I was into Yu-Gi-Oh for a very long time. I'm a fucking black nerd. I know I am, but I was into Yu-Gi-Oh. I was into Pokemon. I was into Digimon for a long time. When I got older, I was into Adventure Show. What was the other show? Shaolin Showdown. Of course, all the Scooby Doo and shit like that. I don't think I really got into like reality shows and a lot of that shit to probably like Flavor of Love and Rock of Love and Tequila, like a shout out Tequila and all that stuff, which still really didn't give two shits about. I still don't to this day. Like it was kind of funny back then because it was like, oh wow, who the fuck wants to date this old ass man? And like, who is this girl that looks like a fucking like 10-year old? Which Tila Keela back there, like she had some fucking baby teeth. My God, like that girl was so fucking small. She looks like every porn star like now. But like, I never really cared about trying to watch like the serious shit. Like I've never watched The Wire. I think like around like probably when I got up to like now, like I got into Shameless and Orange is New Black and whatever else. Like I got into that when I got older. But it like when I was in high school and stuff like that, I really didn't care. Like I was like, let me enjoy my shit. One of my favorite movies is the Goofy movie, which if y'all don't know, is black. That shit is black, and get the fuck out of here. I will watch that movie. I will watch that movie over anything, probably. I think the only thing I really did enjoy more than like cartoon shit was horror movies because I kind of knew like the formula to it. Like I like to be scared or just like to have that laugh of just seeing somebody get fucking killed because the formula for horror movies, especially around that time, it was not to cheer on the people, it was to cheer on the killer. So Jason, Freddy, Chucky, or whatever, because they were fucking idiots or just assholes. It's not like back in the day where you wanted to cheer for the victims because they were pure of heart or whatever like that. Because they kind of switched up the shit to where the people who were getting killed were just dicks. Go see Freddy versus Jason for that one. But those are things that kind of raised me. It's the movies I would watch, the music I'd listen to, the shit I'd watch on TV. I'm a wrestling fan. I watch a lot of wrestling, and A lot of people, even still to this day, was like, you watch wrestling? Why? I was like, I enjoy it. Like it's yes, I get it. It's fake, which is fucking choreographed. Like it's fake. It's not real. It's not real fighting. I'm just like, hey, I don't care. Shit, y'all motherfuckers watch all this dumb reality show shit. That ain't real. You think all these motherfuckers got all this? Okay, it's like we all watched fucking MTV Cribs. We all did. Then none of the motherfuckers have their real house. The only person who, well, aside from Hugh Hefner, but the one person who you knew house it actually was Redman. Cause he had like this little trap house. It was like, oh, I got this and that. And then at the end, he was like, hey, next time y'all come over, do these two wires like this, so that way you can ring the doorbell. He was like, you can't talk to me about fake shit when we literally watched fake shit on TV all the time. So wrestling is something that's a part of me. I love it a lot. My favorite wrestlers, I get a lot of shit up. I can get a lot of shit about because they're problematic, or at least one of them is problematic. I'm just like, hey, those who I enjoyed when I was younger. So it's part of the reason why I am like I am. Um, Another reason, which I brought up earlier, I mean, you can't fucking tell by looking at me. I'm black. Now, I know y'all looking at me like, oh, here we go. He's going to talk about, this and that and blah, 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 and how he's, being oppressed and diddly diddly. Like, no. I could do that, but I'm going to go a different way with this. Because, yes, I do get a lot of shit from police and whatever like that, or I do get stereotyped a lot. So, yes, again, I'm black. But I'm a different kind of black. I am a different archetype of a black man, as you saw and heard earlier. I am not. I'm not in a fucking gang. Nor do I want to be. I do not have a gun, which I might end up getting later on. Probably not right now. I do not. I do not have fucking 15 baby mamas. I do not have. I don't have any fucking kids at all. I do not drive a fucking hoopty or some piece of shit car with 26-inch rims on it. I do not fucking drink Hennessy. I do not do. I don't do any of the dumb shit that you idiots who think what black really is. I don't do. I don't listen to a lot of modern rap music because it's fucking garbage. I hate Cardi B. I hate Megan Thee Stallion. Hate the baby, Lil Baby, uh, Lil TJ, and all these other dumb motherfuckers out there. Hate them all. Hate them all. If I had it my way, they'd all be fucking dead. Real shit. Like fucking Takashi, dead. Juice World, which I know he's dead. He wasn't that fucking great. And he's from literally where I'm from. Still, don't care. All these fucking people who are just garbage. That fucking chick Flo Millie could be gone. Lotto, gone. Who else? City Girls, gone. Gunna, gone. Nav, gone. Who else? Future, gone. If I really had it my way, it legit be fucking J. Cole, Kendrick, Tyler, Lupe, Jid, basically all of like Dreamville. And then like Joey Badass, ASAP, YG. Like I'll keep YG because that motherfucker's cool. YG, Vince Staples, Vic Mensa, Kanye when he wasn't losing his fucking mind, Lil Wayne when he could fucking still say a sentence. Like, those are people I fucking like. Which now, my going back to music taste, but shit's still different. And going back to that story I said earlier, where dude was looking at me and I was like, I listen to completely different shit. Don't just fucking stereotype me. I get that a lot. I get that almost on a fucking daily fucking basis. I have a story from when it was an old roommate when I was in college, and I've only told this to a few people. I don't know if I've said it on here, but we were in Dillon's. I was going to school out in Fort Hayes. We were in Dillon's. We were one of my roommate's friends. They want to do like some big thing, so they want to have like a taco night or whatever. And so, we're in the meat department, and my roommate, he's like, "Hey, what do you think we should do? Do you think we should do beef or chicken?" And I was like, "Beef." And this motherfucker, because this is a second strike right here. This motherfucker, like, comes to my hand and does like that, and was like, "Man, is that painted on?" And the body restraint I had on myself to not punch this motherfucker in the face. Oh my God. The fact that this motherfucker just expected me, just thought for me to just say chicken over beef, and for him to have the audacity to think that the color of my skin is fucking painted on because of it. I wanted to whoop his ass so hard. And I do literally get this more than a lot of people think. I've had a discussion with this with other people who are like me, where because of how we look or how we dress or anything like that, we get shit on. Or we get, sorry, because of what we do or how we dress, whatever, we get told, well, we automatically get put in the stereotypical, oh, this is that, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no. I've actually had this with two guys who come to where I DJ, the bar where I DJ. It was like, oh yeah, I hate this shit. Like, I hate this person, that person. I listen to this. I was like, thank you. And these two guys, they got fucking dreads and this and that, blah, blah, blah. They dress a certain way, whatever. But cool as shit. Like, they think kind of the same way as I do. And I wish 90% of the world would. I just forgot my point. But people, white, other black people, Mexican, whatever, Asian, whatever the fuck you are, don't do that shit. Don't just automatically think because you see a black person that they're gonna know every fucking song or have this or do this. No. I hate the taste of fucking Hennessy so much. I hate it. I don't drink it. I don't want it. I've had Hennessy before. It's fucking disgusting. I don't drink Douce. I don't drink Patron because Patron is fucking disgusting. I don't drink any other dumb shit that any fucking rappers do because I think it's stupid. I definitely don't drink Ciroc because that is garbage. That is a waste. That is a waste of fucking alcohol. If I'm gonna have something, it's gonna be Jose, Milagro, or some type of like high, or even like 1800, or something that's like even higher. I'll do rum. I'll do like Bacardi or something like that. I'll do some Jack. I'll do something like that. I'll do stuff like that. I will not do all this like want to be hyped up stereotypical black shit because I'm not that, and I don't want to be. I don't want to be that person. I could be uncool and shit like that by saying that. They can take my fucking black card away from me right now. I would not give a shit. Because, guess what? I'm still going to be fucking black. And it doesn't mean I have to act a certain way to appease and appeal to you motherfuckers because you want to be like me. And this is the thing. People want to be like me, but they hate that I am like I am. People want to have my skin tone, but then don't want to give me the freedom of being black. And that is fucking true. That is legit fucking true. And I hate that shit so much. Or I've had white people come up to me and was like, oh, you're not black enough. I'm just like, the fuck do you mean? Just because you try to dress like my people, you try to dress like how we used to dress in like 2005 with a fucking do-rag and some oversized, I almost said sweatsuit, and then some fucking J's or some Nikes on, don't mean shit. Like, it does mean shit at all. Like people have no idea what actually being black is. They think it's just what they see on fucking TV or on the fucking rap video. And it pisses me off. Cause I'm just like, you have no idea what I go through on a day to day basis. And no, it is not just. I'm not. I was gonna say it and be like, oh, I get fucked around by the police all the time. I'm like, I don't. I really don't. But I see. Like, I go to the fucking store, and I see people fucking looking at me, or think I'm gonna steal some shit. I get that a lot. Um, because of my demeanor, because I don't really smile. I get the occasional person who walks by me and does the fake "don't kill me" smile. I'm just like, you don't need to do that. Like, just leave me alone. Uh, I get a lot of shit about. I better get a. Sorry, just rambling. I get a lot of comments about my hair or certain other shit. I was like, I don't care. And I'll even be full disclosure onto you on this. I don't have the fucking biggest dick in the world. I don't. I don't give a fuck. I'm not fucking rocking a fucking ruler in my pants. I'm not, and I don't care. I know what the fuck I know what I have. I know how to use it. Girls, don't fuck. If you don't like the fact that I don't got a fucking mandingo, I don't care. You know how to fucking talk to me. I don't give two shits. Now, I don't need to be like that. Like I have a fucking personality. I'm not out here with fucking dreads and gold teeth being like, hey, what up, shawty? Like, nah. If y'all are stupid enough to think that I have to be like fucking Migos and shit like that, you don't need to be around me at all. I don't need to date you, talk to you, have a drink with you, conversate with you, nothing. Get the fuck away from me. Because y'all are the reason why the world is so fucked up and why people can't be what they want to be. That'd be like me going up to a fucking Mexican and be like, hey, you like tacos? And they'd be like, no, I don't. Which a lot of which I'll be honest with you, a lot of people don't. I'm around a lot of Mexican people. A lot of them don't. Really, a lot of them don't. But don't just go up to me and be like, oh, you must like them. Like, no. Let me see what else. Um, Another reason why I am like I am, and why I'm so negative, and I'm gonna go into this, is past relationships. Now, I think I've talked about this before on here. If I have, sorry, I'm bringing it up again. I have had the worst heartbreak I've ever had in my life was this girl who I actually met online when I was younger. You know, this me with a netbook or like a little laptop at like 14, 15 years old. Dangerous. But met this girl online, probably like on IMVU, I think is actually how we met. And we Skyped. And we messed around and shit like that. Like we had Skype sex and shit like that. But we ended up actually getting together. Now, I was still in Dalton, and she was in Ohio. She was in like Cincinnati or something like that. And we we talked for a long time. I think we were like actually together for like 4 or 5 years. And the day my mom passed away, again, very hard day. My mom died in February of 2014. So it's almost 10 years since she's been gone. Had to February 22nd is when we had her funeral. Having to see, the casket go into the ground, shit like that. It's very hard. It is very hard. Still to this day, I have not cried about it. I try to keep. It's not a manhood thing, but it's just like I've seen her go through so much. I don't know why I couldn't cry over it. Everybody else was crying about it. I was just standing there as being like, fuck. even in the car. Just too much on my mind. Which I'm gonna bring this back a little bit to family too, because I want to say this. Aside from my dad's side of the family, fuck family, fuck family so much, because after the funeral, one, these motherfuckers cared more about where they were gonna go eat than about the actual funeral. That's one. Two, having people call me being like, oh, your mom said I could have this and I could have that, when I know she fucking didn't, because she didn't like you motherfuckers. She just wanted to be around to keep the family shit alive. So, again, fuck y'all. I know y'all keep trying to add me on Facebook. I do not want to talk to y'all at all. If you ever see this, just know, fuck all of you. Aside from my dad's side of the family, aside from those like 7, 8 people, my mom's side, fuck y'all. All of y'all. And this is not just coming from me right now. This is coming from when I was growing up. I had to deal with you ghetto motherfuckers when I could have just been at home playing video games and shit like that. Which I didn't even get into that part. But when I could have been at home during the fucking holidays playing video games or just being at home or doing birthdays and shit like that, and my mom being like, oh no, we gotta go to this person's house and this person's house. Fuck that. Fuck all of you niggas. So, anyway, back to the story. So, around this time when my mom passed away, we had moved to Mississippi. Because it's cheaper price of living. My mama got tired of being in Chicago because a lot of shit was going on. But, unfortunately, she never got to see the new place. Especially when, we put all the stuff in and shit like that. So, we're driving back to Mississippi, and the first person I call is my girlfriend. Her name is Teresa. And, I'm talking to her, letting her know what's going on and, how I felt and stuff like that. And probably like 5 to 10 minutes into the conversation, she goes, I think we should break up. And I'm just like, why? Now, Teresa, she was half black and half Japanese. And I know me saying that is like, oh, you're fucking lying, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, it was actually true. Like, sure. So Teresa was like her American name. Her actual name was Shizuko. But I don't know how I still remember that. This shows how much I actually gave a shit about her and how much I really cared, because I still remember her actual name. I remember her actual name and her fucking English name. But it was Shizuko. But she was literally born in Tokyo. And then she told me when she moved around like when she was like 5 or 6 to the States. But she thought she was going to be moving back to Japan. And she wanted to break up. And I was just like, I mean, we could work stuff out. Like, we could work something out. Like, find, like, time to talk to each other. When it's convenient to either one of us, something like that. Like, I really wanted to work shit out. I really did, because I fucking loved her. She was the one girl in my entire life who I thought I was actually going to fucking marry. And I'm not kidding when I say that. Like, I wanted to marry her. I had never met her in person. All of our stuff was either over the phone, on Skype, shit like that, or Skype, Ubu, whatever the other dumb shit, like before Zoom. Like, it's all we ever did. We had never met each other in person. Even still till this day, we never met each other in person. And I'm just like, I couldn't deal with it. Like, I broke down. And I don't mean broke down crying, but like, I just completely shut down. I just didn't care about anything anymore. Like, the two things in my life, one being my mom, and then two being my girlfriend, have both left me. My mom passing away, somebody who really meant a lot to me, a lot to me, the one who raised me and birthed me and shit like that, is gone. And then now my girlfriend, who I loved a lot, wanted to be with, who I legit discussed about having kids and getting a house and like really went deep into this shit. And she's gone. Like, didn't want to talk to me anymore. Or when she did talk to me, it'd be like a message here and there just to check on me. That's how I felt about it. It was like she was checking on me. And like I said, I broke down. I was a fucking mess. And here's the thing. So when my mom passed away, I got money. I got $26,000, which I don't have anymore. That shit was gone within the span of like 2 months. And I'm going to tell you why. Because somebody's going to be like, you spent $26,000 in 2 months? I'm like, how? I'm like, here you go. So, when I got this money, one, I bought my first car. Like, it was $4,000, paid it straight out, and I had to get a new battery, like ignition coils, and a new transmission. So it was a lot of fixing on this car. So again, spent $4,000 to get the car, probably like another $3,000 for the transmission, and then for other bips and bobs that I had to get fixed on it too. So got that. What else did I buy? Well, I bought new bed, big TV, PS4 just came out around this time, so bought the PS4 with like damn near every game that came out with it. So that was probably about close to $1,000 maybe. And then every night well, not even every night, but like basically every day I was going out to eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner most of the time. I would basically just eat so much to where like my stomach was just like tight because I wanted to torture myself. Also, around the same time, I was smoking cigarettes. I've not smoked cigarettes since, and I don't want one. I was a fucking wreck at 19 years old, 19 about to be 20, that I did not care about living anymore at all. Having losing my mom and now being broken up with the night of getting back home from my mom's funeral. It was a fucking double whammy. And from that day, I was just like, why bother? Like, why do I bother even trying to live? Why do I bother try to impress someone or loving someone, anything like that? Which it's changed back and forth. Like I've dated people recently, and since then, and how I am is still different from what I used to be back then. I used to be a little bit more cheerful back then. Still had hope. Now I don't have that anymore. I used to try to impress girls and do all that bullshit of like the lies, like the white lies, whatever. Like I don't do that shit anymore at all. It's like I'm all face value now. Like what you see is what you get. If you don't like it, fuck off. I'll find somebody else, whatever. And I still feel that hurt. I still feel that pain, like all the time. And it is very hard to put the walls down when I do meet someone. And ladies, I know it's the same for you because you met someone who thought they were the one or something like that, and then it turned out to be a fuck boy, which apparently you all like anyway now, since because y'all call it yourselves fuck girls and whores and shit like that, which I'm not gonna get into that today. Y'all can do whatever, but yeah, the shit still fucking hurts a lot. And I think about it. I don't think about it anymore. Like, it comes up here and there, but I try to let it go. Especially since she hasn't talked to me in fucking years. Because I told her off and I was like, why do you keep just like checking on me? Why do you just keep saying hi and not just like trying to have a conversation? And then when she didn't move, and then she got with somebody else, I was like, you need to break up with him and get back with me. Like, you have no idea what the fuck you did to me. And then she tried to be the victim, and I was like, no, you are the reason why I am like I am right now. I'm like, I am fucking torturing myself. I am just literally trying to kill myself. I'm literally eating myself to death. Like, I'm gonna say this. There is no reason anyone should be going to fucking Red Lobster for lunch, damn near on a daily basis. I probably went there, I probably went there for lunch almost for like a month straight. Not even joking. It was like breakfast at IHOP, lunch at Red Lobster or wherever the fuck that was around, and then dinner at like Buffalo Wild Wings or getting a fucking extra large Domino's pizza and like housing probably damn near most of it to the point I was just like, I didn't care anymore. And I was in relationships, after that where I got, verbally abused a lot, physically abused. And I don't know, somebody was like, you were physically abused. Like, you're a big deal. I was like, I don't hit women. I don't. And already, like, one being verbally abused by someone who is like fucking 5'2" already fucking sucks. Being like somebody just being like, nobody will want you. It's that trauma from like being younger of somebody just repeating that shit that you heard so much and then we're like, well, I guess it must be true. So yeah, the thing of like somebody coming up to me and being like, oh, nobody will want you, you're this and you're that and blah blah blah, only I'll love you. And to a certain point, you really do think, well, there's the only person who's really gonna fucking love me. And then you finally break free of that shit. It was like, no. And I still have that shit here and there to where I don't feel like I'm good enough for a lot of people. I still do. And then I see how people are and it's like, no, people just aren't good for me. You know, I'm not good for anyone at all, but seeing how people are now, especially women and shit like that, most of y'all are not for me at all. And I realized that legit last week, hanging out with some people that I don't want to hang out with anymore. And hopefully, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, and I do apologize for trying to generalize all women because I try not to. But with this situation, it feels like it is. Explore your sexuality and all that bullshit. But when you're calling yourselves whores and fuck girls and all and sluts and all that shit, I don't want you at all. Sorry. And that's what I heard a lot of last week from people who I respected and shit like that, and then found out a lot of things that I didn't need to know. So that's kind of, again, relationships and dating, kind of reason why I am like I am. And as I'll get into it, video games. Well, you know what? My video game. Like, that's still kind of thing of like how I was raised. Video games is a big part of me. Um, Same like movies and shit. But honestly, kind of the reason why I really am like I am is I lost a lot of people who were close to me. I didn't just lose my mom. I lost my aunt, who was my dad's sister. I lost my grandma, who was my dad's mom. Lost a cousin who I used to call my uncle. I had a lot of stuff just happen to me when I was growing up. I was going to school. I was going as a diesel tech. I was in Indianapolis at school called Lincoln Tech, and I got kicked out. And I was trying to hide it from my mom because around this time, she was on oxygen tanks, trying to get better, trying to find out what was going on. And for probably like a month or two, I was legit like living on the fucking streets. Um, my apartment complex through the school, they kicked me out. I had to move everything out, and they tried to put me in a homeless shelter downtown. And I was like, fuck, I guys got to stay at this homeless shelter, which I did stay for like a day. And I was just like, never coming back here again. Pretty sure they stole something from me. Not entirely sure. Um, 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 when I was looking for the homeless shelter, ended up running into this lady who found out later on was actually did she ran a physical therapist, like a massage therapist like business. And apparently in Indianapolis, you don't need a license. You don't need a licensed, physical therapist, a massage therapist. So she gave me a job. Now, again, I am. I think I'm 19 at this time. I'm like between 18. I think I was like. I think I'm still 18 because I don't think I'll turn 19 yet. And went to my first bar, which was a gay bar. Did not know that until walked in there, and of course couldn't drink whatever. But she ladies talking to me, asking me like why I was looking for this place and this and that, blah blah blah. Got me food, which for this being a gay bar, has great fucking pizza, great ass pizza. I will say that for sure. But the lady, she was like, oh well, if you need somewhere to stay, you can stay at the office. Then later on, because I need to fucking shower and stuff, she let me stay at her place later on at night. I slept in the basement. Then what else happened? She let me borrow her van so I could drive around when she wasn't when she was doing stuff. I can drive around when I needed to instead of taking the bus because fucking bus was a bitch and a half. Then I don't know, a lot of shit. Stuff went to shit afterwards. Lady was fucking crazy. Ended up calling my mom, let her know what was going on. She picked me up, got all my stuff, and then moved back home. And then that was around the time when she got a transplant, and I was staying with her, and for like months like basically was staying with her for like months and making sure she was okay until we moved. But before that, I was like legit, sleeping outside. You know, when and I was by like I was literally downtown Indianapolis, like I was by the fucking lakefront and shit. Like it's fucking cold. But yeah, I was literally living outside, sleeping outside, didn't know where to go, where to stay. I was just trying to make it on my own. I was a few blocks away from where the Pacers played basketball. Like for anybody who knows Indianapolis, like section, like downtown Indianapolis part. And I could have avoided that. I could have just told my mom like, "Hey, I got kicked out of school," and told her the reason why, which I ended up doing later on. And I just took care of my mom. But I could have did that sooner, and that was on me because I was being stupid, I was being prideful, and just trying not to hurt my mom because she wanted me to get my education. Um, I saw a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have. I've seen, for I mean, drug deals, someone getting shot, and I was at an early age. I, I think I was like 9 or 10 years old when found out my neighbor shot his wife, and then 3 days later killed himself. Been through a lot of shit, a lot of psychological shit, and I probably should see somebody, but I hold it in because I feel like that's the only thing I can do is hold it in, and that's part of the reason why I am like I am because what else do I have? If I told anybody this, they would probably just look at me crazy. And I mean, they already do anyway because they think I'm this fucking weird, fat, giant, ugly motherfucker. And honestly, there's days when I look in the mirror and I kind of see the same thing. I don't see myself as attractive. I don't see myself as handsome. I don't see myself as somebody who a person would want me. And I don't think that will ever change. I hate who I am. I hate who I used to be, who I'm going to be in the future. I hate everything. I wish I could change. I wish I could change how I am, and so I make improvements and do stuff here and there, but stuff that kind of stays the same, and it doesn't really help when, again, you like someone or you put yourself out there, and it seems like why put yourself out there when you know what's going to happen. They aren't going to see you for who you are, or they're only going to try to use you for money or for sex or whatever, and then just try to hurt you in the long run. Because that's all I've known. All I've known is someone wanting something from you and then not wanting to give it back. Or someone telling you that they love you, but then not really showing it. Or it hurt, or it coming to bite you in the ass in the long run later on, which is what happened with Teresa. You know, someone who loved a lot and end up being hurt and alone. And this is why I look at the world and I have the views that I do, that I'm negative. I don't see happiness for me. I don't see the fairy tale ending for myself. You know, for a lot of people, you know, they want to be happy. They want to find someone to settle down with, maybe have kids, whatever like that, and be together for a long time. I can probably say this with confidence. I don't think I will ever find that person. Ever. And there'll be somebody who message me or send me something and be like, oh no, you'll find that right person. They'll say every cliche, oh, you just gotta stop looking, or there's plenty fish in the sea, or there's all that bullshit. And I want to say this right now. It's just stupid. First of all, the whole there's plenty fish in the sea. It's not. It's really not. And then to the whole, oh, you gotta stop looking and trying so hard. I don't look for anybody. I don't. I literally got to the point where I don't even fucking like go up to women anymore and try to fucking talk to them. I'll say dumb shit here and there, like I did it last night, where I was, trying to get people up out of here or whatever, and then I told this girl that she looked good or whatever, which she wasn't paying attention. She was talking to my homie Marlon, whatever, and then her friend was like, "Oh, that's my girl right there. That's my baby." Blah blah blah. And then I asked the girl, I was like, "Is she your friend, single?" And then wrote my number down. Have not heard from this girl since. And I'm probably not going to, because she's not gonna give me the fucking time of day. Was hanging out with someone not too long ago, and then found out that she's fucking like 3 people that I know, and then calls herself a fucking hoe and shit like that. And I'm just like, if this is what dating or getting to know somebody is and shit like that, I think I'm good. Like, I don't want someone who calls himself that, or has like that their value is sex or their body or whatever like that. I don't want that. There's a difference of wanting to show yourself off. That's different. If you got a great body, hey, show it off. Wear a nice dress, wear whatever. I'm that person. I'm old school, whatever, or old soul, whatever. Where to me, sexy is not just revealing everything. You know, because I think that's another reason why I'm like I am now is because everything is just on display. You know, especially like everything. Like during the summer, we all fucking saw it. It's booty shorts, fucking like even not even during the fucking summer. Like even right now, fucking 30 degrees, and girls still popping out, fucking like little short skirts and like tube tops and shit, and just putting a fucking like fake ass fur coat on, and then just getting fucking chest colds. I'm just like, not for me. I like for a lot of dumb idiot guys that might be for y'all, but for me it's like it's not classy. And I know it's gonna be somebody be like, oh well, women should be able to wear what they want. I'm like, yes, yeah, they should, but also there is a stigma around that, and it's also with that stigma they are fulfilling that when they call themselves whores and sluts and fuck girls and shit like that. That turns me off, and that is when I get to the point where I'm just like, I am done. Like I don't want the traditional woman who cooks and cleans and none of that bullshit. I don't want that because I can cook and clean for my damn self. I just want someone who is no nonsense. They are independent, but enjoys my company here and there. I want someone who is like that is legit what I want. I want someone who is just like, I like that you're around, but you're not just constantly there. And then we continue talking, and it's like, you know what? I like you a lot. We are compatible. You don't piss me off. You make me laugh. I enjoy you being around. We have fun. Da da blah blah blah, and then take it to the next level. That is what I want. I don't want some chick who has to have constant fucking attention because she has daddy issues, or the guy she was with before wasn't giving her what she wanted, or was beating her up and telling her she was a fat slob or some dumb shit when she's like 90 pounds. I don't want any of that shit anymore. Same with just life in general. I am sick and tired of just people. I'm just done with dumbass people, and I wish the world would be different. And there are some changes that are good, but then there's a lot of changes that are not. Like, I don't understand how people got dumber, because that's what it feels like it is. People got dumber. And this is coming from someone who went to college and then fucking couldn't afford it. And I'm not a dumb person at all. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, but I'm not dumb at all. I may blank on a lot of things, and that's mostly because of lack of sleep and the fact that I try to do so much in a day, and just my brain just slowly fucking just melting. And also the fact that I lose brain cells from just seeing the modern world and how it just needs to be fucking burned. It just appalls me how we're not advancing, we're devaluing. We make certain advancements, yes. We like the fact like we are giving more chances to people of color, and we are accepting more the LBGTQIA plus community, a lot of the trans community, stuff like that. I'm happy for all that. You deserve it. But there are other things where We gotta shape that shit the fuck up. Like politics, shape it up. Like I'm not trying to vote for a fucking person who's about to be 80. And then people got mad when fucking Obama got in and was like, oh, he didn't do anything. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, if anybody who says that shit, who does the thanks Obama or anything like that, I'm like, y'all do realize the president is just a fucking figurehead. Congress and all that shit, they're the ones who who accept and deny everything. And it is just dumb to me how we don't see that shit. We vote for someone to just be the ambassador of our country, like the prime minister and stuff like that. They're just ambassadors. They're the figurehead. They're the person to blame. Just like your manager. It is a whole like it is a CEO and a bunch of other different places, but the manager is the one who is supposed to be like getting all you motherfuckers in line, and there's other people up like that. That's basically what it is. And y'all are just like, oh, we hate him because of this and because of that. I'm just like, it's not just them. Now, Biden, yeah, this crazy motherfucker. I voted for him to get fucking Trump out of this bitch, and I hope he doesn't fucking get in again. But I just want better. I want better. I want I want the change that people keep talking about they want, but don't do anything to even do. And even me, like I don't do a lot of shit. Like I'm on it. I'm team burn it down. I'm team burn all the shit down, and start it new. Cause that's what it needs to be. I mean, we're already shooting everything in sight and burning shit down. We're burning fucking trees and forests and shit like that. Burn the rest of this shit down. Restart everything. Restart fresh. Just drop the bomb. Just kill us all and start new. Because we are just so fucking stupid, and it's sad. It's sad even just to wake up. Like every single day, it's a shooting, it's a fire, it's somebody's dying, like it's something. It's always something every single day, and then people all go, "Oh, why is this happening? Why is there so many shootings? Where are I'm just like, because we don't do the shit necessary to stop the shit. Why is it that a fucking kindergarten is getting shot up in like broad daylight and no cops want to fucking stop the person? Or how about that? Why is it? Why is it that a man who goes to work every day to provide for his family and finds out that his wife has been cheating on him with somebody and gets a divorce and can't get to see his fucking kids or even get custody? Why is it that he can't? When he's not the one in the wrong. It was his wife. Why is it that when a woman gets raped, let's get into that. When a woman gets raped and the guy gets off scot free or only gets a small sentence, why is it when a black person gets fucking killed that their attacker only gets a few years or a small sentence? Why is it when a drunk driver hits one of my friends and he gets a small sentence instead of a life sentence? Why is it that we now have free well, not free, but we vote for these marijuana laws, and yet it's still black people who are selling this shit still in jail for that we passed all these laws. Why are they still in jail? Why is it that it's so many riots and so many all these things? Nobody has an answer? I do. It's because we don't fucking care. You say you do, but if you did, shit still wouldn't be happening. And me, I'm tired of caring. I've been tired of caring. And on that note, that is the end of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, don't really care. Today is not my best day. I will be at Blue Nightclub later tonight. If you are watching this on Wednesday, it will be me and a few DJs. I don't know who's gonna be there. I have one DJ said that he has the flu. I don't know who else is gonna show up tonight, but I hope to see a lot of y'all there. If y'all have any questions or just want to see me DJ, please stop by. It's Blue Nightclub. It's on West Maple. I don't have the address on me right now because I don't remember it off the top of my head. Apologies. This Saturday, which let me pull that up because the lady just sent it to me earlier. Excuse me. This Saturday, I will be doing the Shop Small Business Saturday Market at the Gathering Place. That is 1040 West Pawnee. I will have a booth set up and I'll be playing music. I I'll be there from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I'll be a very tired boy. But come out, have some, well, meet some people around. If you're someone who wants to be a part of it, contact Misty Marie. She can probably say how much it's going to be for a booth. I think she told me it's $40. Don't know what else I'm doing this weekend. I need some dates so I can DJ to make some cash. But I guess I'm just gonna be fucking chilling, playing God of War Ragnarok. If I'm not doing too much anything. Guess I'll make this announcement on here because nobody watches it fucking anyway. So I am moving back to Illinois. I'm not moving back to Chicago, just moving to Illinois. I'm moving in January, hopefully. I am still waiting to hear back from the apartment complex that I applied to. My moving date is supposed to be January, or the apartment isn't going to be ready till January 8th. I probably won't be leaving until January 9th. I am staying for probably that weekend because I have a benefit show January 7th. If anything changes, I will let y'all know. But as of right now, that is what I'm looking for to get the hell out of Wichita January 9th, which is a Monday. I've looked at it. So I announced it on here. I'll re-announce it again because a lot of people don't watch this shit, and the people that do, you know. I have people that when I do move, they're gonna take my place when I for DJing and stuff like that. When I'm at Blue, I'm not just gonna up and leave and then just have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday just be gone because I want my people that support me to have their time have their time in the limelight. Like they deserve their shine. I'm not just gonna up and leave and then speak people who don't deserve what I've built to just fuck it up. and they know who they are. So, once again, hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. Join the Frozen Wasteland on the Discord. Everything is Negative Degree Podcast. Instagram is Negative Degree Pod, which I might see if I can change that to just be Negative Degree Podcast. Everything is on everything: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. TikTok, which if you really want it, I'll try to put something on there. I might try to break these up into clips. But until then, I've been Devontae, aka DJ Frostbite. Have a good day. Take care. And as always, wait one sec. As always, stay negative, my friends.